Today, we will talk about how to start a homeless shelter with government funds. Let's have a look at the details. According to the National Alliance of End Homelessness, there were 580,366 people in January 2020 in the United States that didn't have a shelter to rest their heads in. Around 70% were individuals, and others were people with children. Homelessness is something you don't want to experience. Part 1 is learning about the home shelter business, understanding the industry and conducting market research. There's a ton of support by the government of the United States to end the homelessness crisis. But people need to step forward and play their part by conducting market research and acting accordingly. Once you have understood the industry and did your homework about the market, it's time to learn about types of homeless shelters and picking your area of activity. There are different types of homeless shelters found in the United States and other parts of the world. Here are some of the common ones. Youth shelters, domestic violence or women-only homeless shelters, homeless shelters for couples, permanent supportive housing, emergency shelters, homeless shelters for victims and child abuse, shelters for aged people, substance abuse and mental health shelters. That's not the complete list. There are also some other types of shelters in the biz. However, you can only concentrate on one niche at one moment. Knowing the competitors. Before you pick the type of homeless shelter you'll build, it's better to know your competitors. Because there would be a handful of shelters that would already been pursuing your mission for years, starting from scratch or buying a franchise. Now you have two options, starting a homeless shelter from scratch or buying a franchise. Although both scenarios will require you to give your 100%, buying a franchise would be relatively an easy venture. Recognizing the threats/challenges you'll be facing. Threats and challenges are inevitable in the homeless shelter industry. So, it's important to learn about some of the common ones that you'll surely be facing once you are in the field. Firstly, you'll be subjected to overcrowding. Next up, homeless shelter funding sources can also be a barrier. Security can also be a major threat your business can face, especially if you are guarding victims of domestic violence, abuse, etc. Another thing that can make you go sleepless when running a homeless shelter can be a lack of equipment. Part 2 is getting started. Prepare a mission statement by clearly outlining your goals, intentions, and services. You can use this statement for taking a building as a donation. Otherwise, you'll need to rent a place to run your shelter. The place must have proper bathrooms, rooms, hall, etc., according to the capacity you have set for your shelter. Next up, it's time to choose a name and a suitable legal entity for your homeless shelter business. To incorporate your business, you'll need to file paperwork with your jurisdiction to become a nonprofit corporation. Then, you'll need to draft bylaws, business license, obtaining tax ID, and applying for tax exemption. Hire an honest and reliable insurance agent to help you pick the best insurance for your homeless shelter business. To run a homeless shelter, you'll need to apply for some professional certificates in the homelessness industry. Once you have got relevant certificates, double-check the legal documents before moving forward with the operation. Part 3 is putting all the pieces together. Draft a business plan, appoint directors to the board and set up a meeting. Launching your homeless shelter business would require money. And as you might not get government funding at the time you are expecting, sketching up a detailed cost analysis beforehand can save you from a lot of trouble. To run a homeless shelter, you'll need a workforce. You'll need to look for like-minded people that are looking forward to investing their day and night to help end homelessness, and some professional employees like accountants, security guards, janitors, cooks, etc. Finally, now you can apply for government funding for homeless shelters. Write down grant proposal and find out government grants. Donations are the primary source of everything you'll need to set up and start your home shelter business. So, ask and request the people, stores, departments, news outlets, etc. for donations. Part 4 is surviving in the industry. To survive in the industry, you must create competitive marketing strategies to win. Your company's marketing profile must be convincing for everyone. Create a master plan for boosting brand awareness and build a corporate identity. To strive in the business, you'll need to create a network or join one. You'll get help from other similar nonprofit organizations with networking. Staying in a loop with other homeless shelters would hugely benefit you financially, economically, and socially. Thanks for watching this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel if you like our videos.